So when you're designing a website, you'd require a text editor, number one. Number two, the language which you're going to use is basically HTML, but in our other series, you're going to use CSS and JavaScript. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. So first things first, to get a text editor, number one, you can go to your Windows Play Store. And in your Windows Play Store, you can search for Visual Studio Code. Yeah, so it comes like that. So when you have it, your Play Store will search for it, and when it gets it, you'll have it that. So this is what we use to install, especially if you're using Windows 10 and any other Windows. So it is free, package in the store, and then you just click your for installation. For me, I already have it installed in my computer. So we are going to go straight into learning Visual Studio Code. So first thing is to open the text editor, go to File, so it will come up something like this. You can say New File, and it will pop up here, and you can say HTML, or another way you could go to File. You could go to File, the top right corner, top left, click on File, then New Text File, then you'll have this. So at your bottom right, it is written plus text, meaning the mode it is in currently by default is the normal plain text, meaning you can write sentences, but we want to select a particular language. So when you click on that, then a list of languages pops up on top. So there's so many coding languages, but the specific you want is HTML. So you can just simply type HTML. So when you type it there, the language changes, and it is now in HTML. So yeah, we can now start coding our document. So if it is in HTML, before we start creating our website, it's good to save. And we're going to select Save As, and we created a folder in this PC. It is on the desktop. In this folder, I said it is that. And then you can rename your file as My First Website. So you see the name being changed there because we saved it. So now you can straight ahead and go and learn HTML. So HTML has a basic structure. So the basic structure goes like this. So first of all, you must specify the HTML version you're using. So we always start with the doc type. And the good thing about the Visual Studio Code, it kind of gives you options the minute you're starting. That's what I love about it. So they're saying a doc type is a preamble for a HTML document. That is what we normally start with. So after that, we're going to have our HTML root element. So what do you mean by the root element? This is what it starts with. It's like all the package inside. This HTML document is going to be housed under these tags, which we call them the HTML tags. So the HTML represents the root of an HTML document. So we have that, and it's like that. So we have the opening tag. I normally call these the opening tag. You can say the opening tag. And in line number 4, let's close this, the closing tag. Closing tag. So any element which starts with a less sign and a backslash, it is a closing tag. And any element that starts with a less sign and written something and then that is an opening tag. So the difference is the backslash. So when you don't have the backslash, it is an opening tag. When you have that, it is a closing tag. So we said HTML elements, meaning the opening tag and the closing tag, when they are together, call them the element. The HTML element houses all the other tags. So after having the HTML element, the first thing is to have a heading tag. So we normally refer to it as heading tag, and we have that. And inside the heading tag, we have another tag which we call the title. We're going to bring the title. Sorry for that. We're going to have a title. So before we start creating a title, let us open up in the browser so far what you have written. So we go here, and my first website, that is our document, that is what we saved. So as we are writing, I would have loved that I may share these two sites so that we may see what is happening as we write our code. So to realize, whenever we saved our HTML document and we said the file name was my first website, that name actually appears on top here. But whenever we now have a title of our website, so we use the title tag. So the title element represents the document's title or name. An author should use titles that identify their documents even when they are used out of context. So you can say title. So whenever we have title, let's say the title of this website, we can call it Digital E, and you can use capital letters. Come as our first lesson. So when we have that, save it and refresh our website, you realize now it does not take up the name of the file which we used to save. Like here, my first website, that is what appears initially on this part, but now it takes up the name of the title. So the title elements, it is used to assign your website the title, such that if somebody wants to search for Digital eCamp in the global website, he has to type this title and it narrows down to the Digital eCamp. So that is what we call our title element, and it is normally being kept in between the head tags. So the head tags contains details that are associated with your website. They are found in between the head tags or the head elements. So the head element represents a collection of metadata for the document. In our next series, we are going to learn about metadata, so don't need to worry about that. So after the head tag, we have the body tag. The body tag. So the body elements represent the content of the document. So this is what is going to appear on this side of the browser. So anything that is inside the body tag will appear there. So if we have a heading, we have headings from H1 up to H6. So we are going to see the use of all of them. H1 to H6. So the first heading, I want to copy this. I want to copy it 6 times so that we may see the difference. So the first head represents the heading of a section. So let's say the heading here is welcome, and we save it. So it's going to appear on the web server as our heading, welcome. So we have 6 versions of headings. So we are going to use to see the 6 versions. So heading 2, using the same word, welcome. We save it. You realize it will appear on the side of the browser, but the size of the font is a bit smaller. So as we go down up to H6, the sizes will always be reducing. So let's see how that comes about. So it is reducing as we go down, as the heading of given sections are decreasing. We have that. So we have H5. And 6. So the size will decrease from H1 up to H6. So the head tags or the H1s are actually tags or elements used to give different section a title. So if you are starting your website and you want to differentiate the main title to the subtitles, then you can use H1 up to H6. So our HTML knows up to H6. That is our maximum. So you realize you'll have things like that. So that is how you write our heading. The next thing you can learn, you can choose up that depending on what you want. So the next thing you can write is a paragraph. If you want to write a sentence in your website, so the best element to use is a paragraph, and we always use a small p. So p element represents a paragraph. So you can have a long story. For example, I could get a story. Let me pick one of our stories from my files so that you can use it. Or you can simply visit any website. For example, can go to Wikipedia. Just search for something you like music. It will always give you stories. So if you want to write a paragraph like this one, you can copy it, then return to our text browser and paste it. When you save it and you go here and refresh, our paragraph will be here. So that is the paragraph tag, and we use it to write paragraphs. So in our text editor, if you want to write another paragraph, we simply write or check another. We use another paragraph tag, and I'm still going to copy the same and save it and then see. So we realize this paragraph has been separated from the second paragraph using the P paragraph tag. So it will automatically put space in between. So yeah, so that is for our first series of learning how to write headings and paragraphs. So see you in our next lesson, and I hope you enjoyed the class, and thank you for watching.